If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Hey guys, welcome back to PAB Games. Today I want to go ahead and talk about WWF Smackdown for the PlayStation 1. Stay tuned. Welcome back to PAB Games, guys. This game right here, WWF Smackdown, was one of my favorite games when I was growing up. In the early 2000s, I played this game so much right after school. It's crazy the amount of time I played this. Insane. Let's go ahead and talk about WWF Smackdown and see what is up with this game and why I loved it so much. And I hope a lot of you guys out there agree with me. And if you do, drop your comments down below so that I can know that. Alright, so WWF Smackdown, also called Exciting Pro Wrestling in Japan, came out March 2nd, 2000 here in the United States. Now this video game was developed by Ukes and released for the PlayStation by THQ. So this game features a bunch of the WWF characters, including The Rock, Stone Cold, Mankind, China, Triple H. This game was amazing back in the day. And to this day, this wrestling game is still one of my favorite wrestling games ever. Even though it wasn't the best graphically or with the best gameplay, but it was a lot of fun. There were some glitches in the game, but yes, this game was fun on so many levels. You can just, go around fighting, destroying people in the backstage and jumping out of the ring and fighting out there with chairs and tables and stuff like that. It was so much fun and I love that so much. So you can play the season in this game, and the season corresponds to a WWF season. Now, before you get to the season, you actually have to go ahead and play the preseason, and you can only skip the preseason once you've played it 10 times. So once you've completed that 10 times, then you get the option of skipping it. Also, so in this season, you can unlock different body parts for different characters and skills and such. Once you get enough attire and body parts, you can go ahead and get that for a custom creation, which is your own character. Once you get that character created, then you can play the preseason with your character and level them up, learn new skills with that character, and things like that. WWF Smackdown features single, tag team, hardcore, steel cage, and many more matches. Also, this game in season does not have any voiceovers, so it's just basically the music and you fighting the character that you are fighting and your opponent. So there are no voiceovers, but there are sound effects and there are songs in the game, and there is no commentary either, which is kind of weird because WWF and WWE now, they're known for the commentary. It's so so funny listening to those people talk, and it's part of the actual wrestling environment to have the commentary. But back then, WWF Smackdown on PS1 did not have commentary. The game was well received. IGN gave it an 8.8, GameSpot gave it an 8.7. I recently bought WWE 2K17 and the game was not that fun to me. It was sluggish, it was slow. It had glitches for some reason, like a recent game had glitches and it was kind of crappy. And I was thinking, you know what, let me go ahead and check out Smackdown and go back to my library and check Smackdown for the PlayStation 1. It was just a more fun time back in the day. And I don't know if it's because I was younger or not, and now, playing this WWE 2K17 at an older age, maybe, there was a disconnect there. But Smackdown on PlayStation 1 was by far one of my funnest games that I would literally play every single day right after school. I would come home and play this game, and for a few months actually, for maybe a year or so. And it was so addicting. I would go ahead and create the whole, you can follow like your level, your standings in these different seasons you played. And I was always trying to go up in rank, and that was awesome. I really did enjoy that. And back in the day, my favorite characters were Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. I was really obsessed with The Rock back then. He was so cool. Even though I was a little pissed off at him because when he first came out, him and Stone Cold had that little, they had a little beef. Him, Stone Cold, and Triple H. It was like, what's going on here? But, I really liked The Rock, and his moves were so cool in the game that I was like, this is a freaking awesome game. I want to play this all the damn time, and I want to be just like The Rock and do the people's elbow and do the rock bottom and do all that stuff. It was awesome. I wanted to do the Stone Cold Stunner, just like Stone Cold Steve Austin, and it was just a great time. So WWF Smackdown on PlayStation 1 is by far one of my funnest games, like I mentioned before, and I hope that you guys also get like a little glimpse of that. If you've never played it, you should definitely have to check it out, at least if you're a retro gamer. Just go ahead and go back, go somewhere, go on eBay, something, just go ahead and find this game and check it out. You're not going to be disappointed. So there you have it, guys. That was my brief history of WWF Smackdown for the PlayStation 1. One of the funnest games I've played as a child, and I was like, you know what? I want to make a video about this and talk to the world and see if anyone out there has played this game on PS1. And if you have played it on PS1, let me know down in the comments down below. I want to talk to all you guys about this and see if there's other fans of this game out there. There is a part 2, WWF Smackdown, Know Your Role. If this video gets enough likes, I will go ahead and do a video on Smackdown, Know Your Role, and see if you guys are fans of wrestling from back in the day, of The Rock and Triple H and the Dudley Brothers, or whatever the heck their name was, and Stone Cold and Chris Jericho and all those freaking awesome people from back in the day, like Edge and the Hardy Boys. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting just, pumped up, do some wrestling. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? If you enjoyed this video, drop me a like down below, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys next time. The Rock says, The Rock. The Rock says, The Rock.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.